They thought I was just a broke babysitter desperate for cash. $500 to watch their son for one night? Easy money. But what they didn't know was that I record everything. And when I found out what they were really doing to me, I didn't call the cops. I destroyed them. If you've ever been underestimated or used by people who thought they were smarter than you, hit that like button because this story, it's proof that karma always comes knocking. I almost didn't take the job. Something about the ad felt off. Looking for a responsible sitter. One night only, $500 cash. Must follow instructions. That was it. No details about the kid. No photos. Just a Gmail address and a promise of quick money. Rent was due. My fridge had nothing but ketchup packets and an expired yogurt. So I swallowed my gut feeling and replied. The message back came fast. Watch our son Matthew from 7 p.m. to midnight, $500 cash. Please don't let him look in mirrors. And do not open the door for anyone. Yeah, you read that right. Mirrors. I should have walked away. But broke people don't get to be picky. So I agreed. The address was in a rich suburb, those quiet neighborhoods where even the trees feel expensive. When I arrived, the parents greeted me at the door. Perfect smiles. Polished everything. The kind of couple that made you feel underdressed just for existing. Matthew's already upstairs, the mom said, clutching her pearl necklace. Just follow the instructions. We'll be back by midnight. Before I could ask a single question, they were gone. The house was spotless, but unnaturally so. Every mirror was either missing or covered. Even the TV had a sheet over it. Weird. But hey, $500. When I checked on Matthew, he was sitting cross-legged on his bed. Pale. Quiet. Watching me. And when he finally spoke, it made my stomach twist. Do you know which ones are real? He whispered. I tried to laugh it off. What do you mean? He pointed at the dark window. The people. Sometimes they're not them. I told myself it was just a kid's imagination. But then I saw something else, a small camera in the corner of the ceiling, disguised in a smoke detector. Now, I've babysat a lot. Cameras aren't weird. But this one was pointed directly at me, not the kid. Then I noticed another one. And another. Living room. Kitchen. Hallway. Everywhere I went, I was being watched. That's when I realized this wasn't about babysitting. It was about me. Around 8:30, someone knocked at the door. 3 slow knocks. A man's voice followed. It's us. We forgot something inside. My chest tightened. The parents. But they had only been gone half an hour. Please open the door, he said again. His voice sounded off. Too flat. Like someone playing a recording. I didn't open it. Instead, I went to the kitchen and checked the back door. Locked. When I looked up, I caught my reflection in the oven glass. And that's when I saw it, the camera blinking red in the corner, recording my every move. That's when everything clicked. There was no Matthew. There were no parents. This entire setup was a trap. I was being filmed, probably for some sick online channel, maybe dark web content. A scared babysitter reacting to fake horror. Real fear sells. And they picked me because I was desperate, broke, and easy to manipulate. But here's the thing. They picked the wrong babysitter. See, I used to intern for a small cybersecurity firm before getting laid off. I wasn't just some broke student. I knew how to trace IP addresses, decrypt footage, and hack cheap surveillance systems. So while they thought they were watching me, I was watching them. I quietly unscrewed one of the smoke detector cameras, slipped out its SD card, and swapped it with a blank one from my bag. Then I found their router in the study, password protected, but with a common brand. It took me 20 minutes, but I got in. And what I found made my blood run cold. There were live feeds. Dozens of them. Different girls. Different houses. Same setup. Same fake parents. Each labeled with a timestamp and a price. They were streaming us. Selling fear. I didn't scream. Didn't panic. I acted normal. Sat back on the couch like nothing had happened. Waited until midnight. When the parents came back, I smiled like everything was fine. They handed me the envelope. Thank you for keeping Matthew safe. I smiled back. Of course. He was an angel. I took the cash, waved goodbye, and walked straight to my car. But I didn't go home. I went to the police station and handed them everything. The footage, the IPs, the house address. But I didn't stop there. I uploaded every single file to a private drive and sent it to a cybersecurity friend who ran an expose blog. He sent it to the press. Within 48 hours, it was national news. Rich couple arrested for dark web exploitation scheme. Their faces, their names, their perfect smiles, all over the internet. When the story broke, I sat on my tiny apartment couch, counting my $500. The same money they thought would buy my silence. Instead, it bought their downfall. A week later, I got a letter in the mail. No return address. Just a single photo. It was me sitting in their living room, looking terrified. On the back, it said, "You were the only one who didn't break." I smiled. Because they weren't wrong. Sometimes revenge isn't about shouting or fighting or even getting even. It's about surviving smarter than the people who try to destroy you. And making sure the world sees exactly who they really are. If this story gave you chills, hit that like button and tell me in the comments. What would you have done if you found those cameras? And don't forget to subscribe for more real-life revenge stories just like this. Because sometimes the sweetest payback is being the last one smiling. Smiling face with horns. Emma Hayes once believed in fairy tales. She believed in love, honesty, marriage, and in Daniel Hayes. He had been her high school sweetheart, the charming boy with an easy smile and promises that seemed too good to be true. They grew up together in Maplewood Creek, a quiet American town surrounded by golden wheat fields and warm-hearted neighbors. Life was simple. Life was predictable. And Emma believed she was happy. But some people are storms that look like sunshine, beautiful from far away, but destructive when they finally hit. Emma was not born into wealth. Her parents struggled to make ends meet, and from a young age, she learned the value of hard work. She worked at the town library after school, helped her mother at home, and still graduated with honors. Daniel came from a slightly better family, at least financially. He was good-looking, confident, and everyone liked him. But behind his smile lived a quiet hunger. He wanted more: money, status, admiration. And to him, Emma was the perfect girl, innocent, loving, and trusting. After college, they married and opened a small custom furniture shop together. Or at least, that's what Emma believed. She put her entire heart into building it. She handled the designs, the finances, the customers, everything. Daniel said he would handle the business growth. That meant meetings, traveling, networking, or so he claimed. For a while, everything seemed fine. Business was slow at first, but with Emma's talent and persistence, customers soon filled their shop. The town admired them as a successful young couple. But success doesn't always bring happiness. Sometimes it reveals the truth. Over time, Daniel began to change. He stayed out late. He started dressing better. He got a new phone and kept it locked at all times. He stopped coming home for dinner. He became impatient, irritated, and dismissive, especially with Emma. When she tried to talk to him, he brushed her off. "Don't start," he would say. "I'm tired. I'm building our future. Be grateful." And she believed him at first. But doubt is a quiet thing. It crawls inside your chest and stays there until it finds proof. In the bookkeeping, Emma found something odd: large, unexplained business expenses. Lavish dinners at expensive restaurants in the city. Hotel stays charged to their business card. Luxury purchases that had nothing to do with their store. She confronted Daniel gently, giving him a chance to explain. He didn't even try. He laughed in her face. He told her she was paranoid, insecure, dramatic. He made her feel stupid for even asking questions. But the truth doesn't stay hidden forever. One night, after Daniel fell asleep, his phone lit up with a message. Emma didn't want to be the kind of woman who checked her husband's phone, but her heart was already breaking. And sometimes, you must face what hurts to understand what is real. She opened his messages and found everything she feared: love messages, photos, plans. He wasn't being unfaithful just once. He had been living a double life for nearly a year. Her world shattered in silence. No one heard her scream inside. That night, she sat alone at the kitchen table while the clock ticked loudly on the wall. She didn't cry loudly. She didn't throw things or break down. Tears fell, but they were quiet, like a storm building far in the distance. Emma realized something with a sharp ache in her chest. Love was not enough for Daniel, and loyalty meant nothing to him. He didn't just cheat, he betrayed her trust and insulted her intelligence. He thought she was weak. He thought she would stay forever. He thought no matter what he did, she would never leave. He was wrong. Emma didn't confront him again. She didn't scream or demand answers. She did something far more dangerous. She stayed calm. Because sometimes silence is not surrender. Sometimes silence is strategy. And she had already made a decision she would not break. She would not beg. She would not let betrayal destroy her. She would make him regret every lie he ever told, every insult he ever threw, every moment he made her feel small. She would take everything back, her power, her life, her future, and she would do it without a single curse word or a tearful speech. Her revenge would be built on success and silence. For the next few weeks, Emma behaved as if nothing had changed. She woke up early, made breakfast, and went to work as always. Except now, she paid close attention. She watched Daniel. She memorized his habits. She noticed his meetings, his spending, his weaknesses. She started gathering information. Every receipt, every bank statement, every message, every illegal business transaction he made using company funds, she kept copies of them all. Not because she wanted to hurt him out of anger, but because she needed to protect herself.